Hiya, let's talk about a game. Lost Planet Extreme Condition, known in Japan as the same thing but with many, many more vowels, was an early title for the 7th generation of consoles. This is normally where a competent reviewer would try to teach you some things about the video game climate around that time, to serve as context. I am not going to teach you video game history. I was too poor for consoles in those days. Not unusual, consoles are not priced to the college pauper demographic. For example, the PS3 shattered the US housing market. Anyway, what is Lost Planet? I don't know. I really don't know. It's not exactly this, but it's not exactly not this. Let's explain Lost Planet, and then you can also not know. Lost Planet takes place in a future where humanity has abandoned Earth after ruining it, this time thanks to pollution. We head to a new planet, a planet named EDN3. Wait, hang on. Just stop right there. Hang on. I just want to make sure. Hang on. Hang on, wait. Did you see? Did you?
Do you get it?
It's like Eden. However, it turns out the name was ironic, and in fact, Eden 3 is a freeze-dried dookie. We stick around anyway, which suggests that we signed the lease without an inspection. Rookie mistake. It also turns out that there are fantastical superbugs on it, so fix her upper, I guess. Luckily, the bugs are full of life-saving antifreeze, so one problem solves the other, with a little creative problem solving. Alrighty, the story begins and with frightening alacrity, jumps off the rails. You're a guy who was doing some kind of vague exploration when a giant bug attacks, killing your dad. You nearly die, and you get rescued, and since you're stuck with a pack of nobodies, I guess you think to yourself, I'll just shoot what they shoot, should be okay. What you might pick up on here is that the game is a bit anime. Sorry, wait, no, what I meant to say was, damn! Discerning video game folk might rhetorically question the amount of clothing. They might say, but the cold is a plot point? It's supposed to be dangerous. That's a good question. I think what you're seeing here is a concession to the setting in order to make the game more realistic. The player's suspension of disbelief would probably be broken if Japan allowed any force on this or any other world to get in the way of a chance at teat meat. I gotta say though, this has that certain goofy action movie vibe that I find endearing. Speaking of anime, what a lot of Japanese stuff does with context is they give too much of it. This game goes off the rails in a very unusual way. It doesn't provide nearly enough context. For example,
you know, you were frozen inside your VS when we found you.
If only one of us could pilot a VS.
I can.
What?
Huh?
You can?
This might seem like the game just forgot a crucial detail, but what they didn't convey to you properly is that our main character has amnesia, so they're actually just surprised you can remember. As we go around exterminating bugs, one day we overhear one of our boys socializing with undesirables. He explains that he's working with them to try and find a way to make life livable on the planet. This provokes a harsh and suspicious response. Now, we don't really know who these cats are, so let me explain. There are a couple of factions, apparently. There are the people who want to terraform the planet and make it easier to thrive on. And everyone else, since I'm describing the bad guys. The bad guys, everybody. Everybody else in this terrible situation, from our merry band to these sugar-frosted Jawas, identifies as snow pirates, which is a suspiciously jolly bit of branding for a group of people stuck in what is essentially a horror movie setting, but okay. Alright, so you go after revenge on the stegosaur that killed your daddy, but then we reveal that you forgot that your daddy wasn't actually crushed, he was actually betrayed by the bad guys, and you're a secret military engineered battle Asian, along with this other guy. Look, let me be real with you. The story really isn't the focus here. It openly flirts with being incoherent. It feels like it was rewritten about halfway through, and they were hoping nobody would notice. For example, the bad guys. It makes sense that they're the bad guys, because their plan to terraform the planet is inexplicably evil and will kill everybody.
Nothing will be left alive on this rock once the frontier system is set into motion.
Except this is a secret even to the people who work for them, and it's a late game reveal. Listen to me here, time out. I've been confused before. Sometimes for days, it's part of my job description. I'm in IT. You might even call me a confusion expert. When I tell you that 5 hours is a long time to be confused about killing people over nice weather, you can believe me. As a matter of fact, I still don't know why making the planet nice would inspire someone to genocidal megalomania, but since it's Capcom, they probably just figured they'd get around to it sometime in the next 5 sequels or so. Right, so there's 2 parts to this thingy. We got third-person shooter with realistically destructible elements, and a couple of quirky clunks that clunk it all up in a fun zone. Artfully welded on top of this is 4 pickup truckloads of giant kick-ass yeehaw robots. I'm a little biased, but the robots are factually and objectively the best part. The run and gun I wouldn't call great. A lot of actions bring the player to a dead stop, like switching weapons. If you walk through snow, your walking animation even has a little hitch in it that makes it feel like you're always stopping. There's a grappling hook, which would be really sweet if you could fire it midair or if it didn't always dismount like a pogo stick. On foot, it feels a little muddy, like the main character is always about to stop and say something to the camera like, "Oh, you know, I really can't kill nothing before my morning coffee." The game's life system is sort of like a timer. You need to collect thermal energy to stay alive. Being anywhere on this planet, even in a place called the Volcano Dome, slowly drains it. What? Don't ask me. I would say that I hate timed life no matter what the plot tries to say about it, but this game is really relaxed about it. Everywhere, in every fight, in the most remote places you can find, there'll be tanks full of this stuff. You can basically bathe in it between every firefight. Draining your life bar is refilled by your energy reserve, which makes you functionally immortal, even when you walk into boss rooms unprepared and 4 mechs thoroughly disrespect the pedestrian right of way. You can wade through the missiles until you find something, or worst case, you can just make something up. But you don't need to worry about that because robots are everywhere. I'm talking full nationwide mobile network style robot coverage. Are we sure the bugs in this story aren't just full of giant robots? All you have to do is be a tiny bit careful in this game and you can achieve 90% robot uptime.
Well, this could be a problem. Okay. Oh! You can do it. You can do it. You can... Oh my god, this tank can fly.
Oh, there's another one. It's not an especially challenging game. I mean, nobody got any, killer instincts. They're trying their best, they're just not very good. A couple of stages in, I was thinking to myself, is this Japan doing that thing they always do where they nerf the American version because they want to make sure I don't cry? I don't know, probably not. Even if they said they were trying to make a game that would be successful in both Japan and the West, I don't think that would lead them to this. Really though, there are a lot of things about Lost Planet that I still don't know. I don't know why my father warned me that I have to stop the terraforming because it's connected to something that I hold most dear. What, like being alive? What did he mean by this? I don't know what kind of person hears a 5-alarm gunfight break out in this same room and decides to stay outside of their giant robot. I don't know why we didn't just make our spaceships turn around in the first place when we saw all this snow, and I'll never know what multiplayer was like because I'm a little late to the party. What I do know is I'm a simple man, and giant, building-sized, screen-seizuring explosions satisfy me. I'm pretty sure I have the special effect volume set to low. I do know that if you ever find yourself playing this, say because of a discount maybe, you should turn off motion blur, because someone probably forgot how much screen shake is in this game when they ported it to PC and gave us the motion blur option. I do know that this game was pretty by early Xbox 360 standards, and the art and mecha designs are some cool stuff. I do know that when it comes to games, making accurate comparisons is more difficult than it seems. I wouldn't compare this game to Dune, probably. Now, to be fair, there is a giant space worm, but if this is Dune, I am Mark Twain. No, it ain't Dune. If you took a goofy action movie like, let's say, Double Team, and you told the director that he was directing Memento, but then the reveal is you revealing to the director that he's the one that had the brain thing, that would be this game.
I didn't hit any of them?